On a bright and breezy morning, Baby Bunny and his friends were having a wonderful time in the meadow. They played hide and seek, took turns racing around the trees, and enjoyed the warmth of the sun. Just as they were about to begin a new game, Baby Bunny noticed something curious. Half buried under a pile of leaves by the old oak tree. "Hey, what's that?" he asked, his nose twitching with curiosity. He hopped over and pulled out an old, slightly crinkled piece of parchment. As he unfolded it, he gasped, "Guys, it's a map!" His friends rushed over, eyes wide with excitement. Tano the tortoise, Cavi the squirrel, Spike the hedgehog, and Hera the doe all peered over Baby Bunny's shoulder. The map was marked with paths, symbols, and places they recognized, like the tall sunflowers and the babbling brook. There was an X drawn on a spot near a part of the forest they hadn't explored before. "A treasure map," Kavi squeaked in excitement. "Do you think there's real treasure out there?" "Only one way to find out," Spike said, his eyes gleaming. Baby Bunny, feeling a thrill of adventure, nodded enthusiastically. "Let's follow the map and see where it takes us." The first marker on the map led them to the field of sunflowers along the edge of the meadow. These sunflowers stood tall and proud, their golden faces turned toward the sun. "The map says there's something hidden under something bright and yellow," Baby Bunny read out loud. They immediately thought of the sunflowers. The friends split up, looking under each tall stalk, checking between leaves, and gently brushing aside the flowers. At last, Kavi's keen eyes spotted something shiny hidden at the base of a particularly tall sunflower. He reached in and pulled out a small silver button tied to a piece of string, along with a note. The note read, "For the next clue, go where the air is sweet, and flowers grow small and neat." "That sounds like the wildflower patch near the brook," Hera guessed with a smile. They set off for the brook, laughing and chatting about what the treasure might be. Kavi imagined it was a pile of gold coins, while Spike wondered if it could be ancient jewels. Baby Bunny's heart raced with excitement at the thought of finding something truly magical. When they arrived at the wildflower patch by the brook, they found a colorful array of tiny blooms, filling the air with a sweet fragrance. Bees buzzed nearby, hopping from flower to flower, and butterflies floated lazily in the sunlight. Following the hint, they searched among the flowers, looking under rocks, leaves, and twigs until Spike spotted another note, carefully tucked under a cluster of purple flowers. This one was tied to a small, silver acorn charm. The note read, "The next clue awaits by the tallest tree where friends gather in shade and glee." "The big maple tree," Baby Bunny exclaimed. "That's where we all meet to play." With that, they dashed off toward the maple tree in the center of the meadow, the tree that provided the perfect shade for games and stories. Once at the maple tree, they began to search again, examining the roots, the grass around its trunk, and even the bark itself. After some time, Hera noticed a small, loose piece of bark. Gently pulling it back, she found a piece of parchment rolled up and another silver trinket, this time a tiny feather. The note read, "To find the last clue, go where memories glow and laughter flows." "It's a place you know." They looked at each other, and Baby Bunny's eyes lit up. "Sunset Hill. That's where we always go to watch the sun set and share stories." They all nodded, understanding instantly. Sunset Hill was a special place for them, a place where they had shared so many moments and watched the sun paint the sky with brilliant colors. Laughing and excited, they set off toward the hill, ready to discover the final clue and, hopefully, the treasure. They arrived at Sunset Hill just as the sun began its slow descent, casting golden rays over the meadow. The sky was streaked with pink and orange, and the air felt magical, as if something extraordinary was about to happen. At the top of the hill, they found a small wooden box nestled between two rocks, right by the place where they often sat. Baby Bunny carefully opened the box, and inside they found another note along with a collection of small trinkets, a shiny pebble, a dried flower, a tiny jar of river water, and a feather from the old oak tree. Each item represented a special memory they had shared together. The note inside the box read, "Congratulations. You found the treasure. But the real treasure isn't gold or jewels. It's the memories you've created together, the laughter you've shared, and the friendship that fills your hearts." They looked at each other in silence for a moment, touched by the message. Then Baby Bunny smiled, his heart swelling with warmth and gratitude. "You know," he said softly, "I think I understand. The real treasure isn't something you can keep in a box. It's all the moments and memories we've made together." Hira's eyes sparkled with tears as she nodded. "These memories, they're ours forever. They're what make our friendship so precious." Tano put a gentle paw on Baby Bunny's shoulder. "Sometimes, we search for treasure and think it has to be something grand. But really, the greatest treasure is right here, between us." They all sat on the hill, looking out over the meadow and reminiscing about their favorite memories, the games they'd played, the places they'd explored, and the countless times they'd laughed together. As the sun dipped lower, casting the world in a warm glow, they shared stories from their treasure hunt, each one laughing at the mishaps and surprises along the way. As the sky turned a deep shade of purple and the stars began to appear, the friends made a promise to each other. "No matter where we go," Baby Bunny said, "and no matter what we find, we'll always remember that our friendship is the most valuable thing we have." They all nodded, their hearts full of joy and gratitude. They packed up the little wooden box, each of them taking one small trinket as a reminder of their journey together and the memories they had created. Spike held his silver acorn tightly, Kavi clutched the feather from the sunflower field, Hira kept the tiny jar of river water, and Baby Bunny carefully tucked the shiny pebble into his fur. Each trinket now held a special meaning, a piece of their shared adventure and a reminder of the treasure they had discovered, not in riches, but in each other. As they walked down the hill, the stars twinkling above, they knew this was an adventure they would never forget. The friends talked and laughed all the way back to the meadow, feeling closer than ever. And so, they learned that the most precious treasures in life are not the ones you can hold or count, but the ones that live in your heart, the friendships, the memories, and the joy of shared adventures.